Hey everyone, so today we're going to be talking about a lot of the stuff happening in the Lexus world, and there's a lot of news, rumors, and speculations going on. Just yesterday they unveiled a whole bunch of stuff about their new future plans for hybridization and battery electric vehicles, and what's going on with the F products, what's going on with the new SUVs, the IS 500 situation. We're going to dive in all of that stuff in this video. Now, to keep you guys on track through the video, I'm going to be going through a whole bunch of different of the products. Now, in each of the products, we're going to be talking about what we know, and as well as the rumors and speculations that could be around that product, if it's going to keep going on or is it going to end. So up first, we're going to talk about the all new and upcoming Lexus LX and the upcoming new Lexus NX. Okay guys, so we've moved over to my computer so I can give you guys some more details about all the stuff that's going on. So up first, we're going to talk about the upcoming Lexus NX, LX, and the new EV situation that I just mentioned before. So starting with the NX. So the NX is actually going to be one of their main new products. And the reason it's going to be one of their main new products coming out within the next year or two is because of the new infotainment system. Yes, Lexus is finally getting a fully new infotainment system, not just a touchscreen that's tacked on, like in the new LS and the facelifted LS and the new IS, but this is going to be an actual new infotainment system, and as well as the NX itself is going to be all new. It's going to be riding on the new TNGA K platform, I believe, which is on Toyota's global platform for front-wheel drive based vehicles, and this is going to be shared with things like the new Venza shares this platform, RAV4, a whole bunch of Toyota products use this platform. Again, with the big thing with the new NX is also going to be the addition of new hybridization powertrains and possibly an EV model. That's a bit of a far-fetched thing because we do know that Toyota and Lexus just today have launched a whole bunch of new stuff with their EV situation. There's going to have a dedicated EV platform that's going to be shared with Subaru. So they're going to be launching a SUV type vehicle based on that platform. And Lexus themselves are unveiling their new, I think it's called Direct 4 hybrid system, or electric vehicle control system. They're going to have an electrified rear axle, which is really interesting. And this is going to be a whole bunch of more stuff they're working on right now, coming out with the next few years. They've showed off a few videos trying to demonstrate how it works, the technology, and there are two prototype cars. I don't know why they're in camo. It's clearly, I think it's an ES, and that looks like a GX or something, that they're just covered in camo. But they're really just testing these new electrified powertrains underneath that, so stay tuned for that. More interesting, we're going to move over to the LX situation because a lot of people are dying for news on the LX. So a lot of this news and information coming out on Lexus News or Toyota News you see in the media is just mostly recycled out of this big website from Japan called bestcar.jp or bestcar.japan. They're like the main news and rumor and speculation hub right out of Japan, so they get a lot of this information first, and a lot of people just spit it out throughout the internet. So you got to do a lot of digging and research and forums and stuff to really make sure you know what you're talking about. Otherwise, it could just be a whole bunch of vaporware, salt, whatever you call it stuff. But yeah. Anyway, so talking about the LX. Now we all know that the LX and the Land Cruiser currently share the same body on frame architecture. Now the Land Cruiser and all these new body on frame Toyotas coming and Lexus is coming down in the future are going to be using the new TNGA F architecture. This is also going to debut with the upcoming new Toyota Tundra that we saw leaked not too long ago, a few weeks ago. But there's some interesting stuff happening here. So a lot of outlets, Best Car Japan, we have some really reliable sources here in the US, Luxurious Fleet over on YouTube too. They're saying that the Land Cruiser may not be coming to the United States. Well, may not. Mostly, it's not. So, the Land Cruiser is probably not going to be coming to the U.S. market, mainly because of poor sales and, not everyone's going to be paying 70, 80 grand for a Toyota badged vehicle. So then you must say, what about the Lexus LX? Well, for the longest time now, we've all said that, oh, yes, the LX is coming back. The LX is going to be completely transformed on this new TNGA F architecture. It's going to be a little bit more aimed at tackling products like a Cayenne or like an Escalade, like a higher end vehicles, but now it's finally going to be getting the technology inside to support it, better design on the exterior. There's some renders out there. They're just renders. It's not going to look like that, so don't worry. And all that stuff. Some rumors have said, now we're going to move over to the rumors of this. Some rumors have said that it could get that new 4-liter twin turbo V8. it could also have it would have the twin turbo V6 because the main engine for the TNGA-F architecture is going to be that twin turbocharged V6. Now, another interesting news thing that I just saw, I caught my eye while I'm talking about this, is a rumor saying that Lexus is going to replace the LX, that big giant cross SUV that they have, with that rumored LQ model. Now, you may be saying, what is the LQ model? Well, this LQ model is that rear-wheel drive base, not body on frame. This is a unibody chassis that's going to be shared its platform with the LS and the LC, which is called the TNGA-L architecture. This rumor says that vehicle is going to replace the LX, and it's going to be positioned towards things like I said before, the Cayenne, the Bentayga, which is a crazy thing to even think about for Lexus to get up in that price range, and all that stuff in that segment. So I don't know if that's going to happen. The rumor is saying that this could happen within the next 2 or 3 years. I don't think that's going to happen personally, but we can wait and see. This is coming out of Japan, and a few other sites are reporting it as well. So that's a very interesting thing to see. I don't think Lexus is going to take that risk. What I do think could happen is that they could have the LX and this new LQ product on there at the same time. So that'd be very interesting to talk about. The next big thing that we really want to cover is the F brand, because the F brand is, everyone wants to know what's happening with the F brand. It seems to be dying. As we can all know, the GSF has been killed off. There's no ISF currently. The RCF is really all we have right now. And it's a great, sporty, muscly car, but if you're looking at it as compared to like an M3 or an M4, it's not the best thing in the class. And it is pretty old now. It's been out for over 5 years, so it did get that big refresh 2 years ago, though, so that's nice. But what's happening down the road? Well, we do know a few months ago that they said the LCF project, that big top-end flagship Lexus performance coupe based on the LC, was supposed to have, rumors were crazy. People were saying things like all-wheel drive, possibly. There was a spy shot of it on the road. I think I'll put it up here. Crazy wings, some new aero, new body panels, all this stuff with that new 4-liter twin-turbo V8. It was apparently killed off due to coronavirus, complexity, probably poor sales, all that stuff. So some outlets out of Australia, I think Car Advice out of Australia said it was suspended. But I believe Best Cars Japan was saying that it was ended. But an interesting thing to note is what they're saying is that 4-liter twin-turbo V8, which was being tested on tracks actually, is continuing development. So that's an interesting point to point out there. So that also means, what about the LQ F, or whatever it's going to be called, the LF? We still don't know what this thing's going to be called. This big, larger rear-wheel drive-based unibody Lexus crossover. Some people are calling it the LF. Some people are calling it the LQ. You see where we're going here? It's a lot of stuff that's still up in the air, so we can't be really certain on a lot of this stuff. That was rumored to get a F version with that 4-liter twin-turbo V8. That may not happen anymore either. What appears to be happening is that Lexus is not really focusing on the F brand at all anymore. What they're focusing on is luxury, fixing up their base lineup, and the F Sport models, which are really just appearance packages with maybe they'll get like a suspension change or some nicer wheels and stuff. And of course a sportier interior. But they're really going to be pushing EVs, hybrids, and electrification, which is big for Toyota because they've kind of been resisting a little bit on that stuff, and they really do need to play catch up actually with a lot of manufacturers that are way ahead with like plug-in hybrids and especially EVs. So it's nice to see that they're focusing on that. But a lot of enthusiasts still want some kind of F product or some kind of sportier gasoline variant, and there is the whole thing with the ISF. Now, back in May, or I think it was May or even April, I think, at some point, Best Cars Japan was talking about it. I had a personal friend of mine who's telling me came from Lexus, who's telling me about it. I've talked to another person who mentioned this whole thing about it, the ISF, but it's not going to be an ISF, it's the IS 500. And so there's somewhat of a foundation behind it. There was that trademark of the name, But what is it going to be? So again, this is like the fourth time I'm making a video on this. It is not an ISF. There is no ISF coming back. I went scrolling through some of the Lexus forums too to like double check to see if is this stuff even still happening, what's going on. And there's still a lot of chatter about it, but it's mostly just repeating stuff of what we all have already seen. There's been no leaks, no spy shots, no additional new rumors about it either. Some people keep trying to push that it would be the twin turbo V6 from the LS going into the ISF. It's not going to happen, mainly because the N architecture, the updated new N platform that Lexus decided to keep the IS on. I'm pretty sure that twin turbo V6 is not really compatible with it. But then you may say, oh, but if they can fit the V8 in it, why can't they put the twin turbo V6 in it? Well, if you remember, this same platform already has the V8 in it, which was from the old ISF and the RCF currently. So it already can fit the V8. It's made to fit that V8. Not just the V8, but also the transmission that's needed for it. The new twin turbo V6 has, I think it's a 10-speed gearbox, 9 or 10-speed gearbox. That probably won't even fit into the IS. As we can see, the current new IS still has like a 6-speed automatic in it. So there's some weird things going on with that. But if anything, we'll keep repeating the rumors of the IS 500. It would be a V8 powered, that 5-liter V8 up front, rear-wheel drive, pure driver's sedan. No high-performance F branding. Maybe it would be an F Sport branded. IS 500, IS 500 F Sport, no ISF. So there's that to consider. And again, with that, people were calling it, again, like that driver's car, a pure final version of it before Lexus really pushes harder into the electrification push. So yeah, it'd be nice to see, but we haven't seen any stuff on it recently. Original rumors were saying late 2021, 2022 to see anything about that, but the way Lexus moves is a little bit slow, so we may have to wait for that. Stay tuned for more on my Instagram page, and if you see anything else, make sure to let me know. I'll try to do a little bit of reporting on it, but yeah, I just wanted to compile a whole bunch of stuff that's coming out in the news right now and give it all out to you guys at once. Thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for more.